Right, this is a picture taken last winter, not by me, it's a friend. Beddington Park in the, obviously in the winter, snow scene. Bit of melting snow here. I've done, I'll just zoom out and go back to the board. I've done a rough score. Anyone could copy from photographs if you take enough time, but I like to do my own thing with it. Otherwise, it just becomes a copy, doesn't it? So I'll try to get some sort of atmosphere in this. So what I've done, I've just pencil drawn in some trees. There's a slope coming down here with some trees on it, and then these are more distant, just over the brow of the gentle hill, and with the trees behind. Now, I've painted a lot around this area, mostly on the River Wandle, which is our local suburban chalk stream, going through the various parts that I paint. And this is close, fairly close, or much closer to the source of the River Wandle. And there's some lovely ponds in this area, and we had a lot of flooding here during the last winter. So, palette, I'm not going to use all the colours. There seems to be, in the photograph, there seems to be quite a bit of alizarin crimson, or burnt sienna, with a bit of Payne's grey. So it's basically a 4-colour type of scene. So here we are, lemon yellow, I probably won't use that. Lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna, which I will use. So first off, we'll use the hake. I'm painting on £130 Fabriano. It's a good paper for wet painting. It's fairly smooth, unlike the Buckingford that I'm also using. But since I'm not using any ink on this, I don't really, not so bothered about the hits from this. But you get by the ink hitting the high spots. Same with the dry brushing with paint. So there we are. There we go. And we'll put in some colour. I'm going to paint the sky colours over the landscape, over the snow hills. So I'm going to see what burnt sienna does with, it's a bit dirty, I'll have to clean it up a bit. A bit of alizarin with a bit of the nice sienna. So we'll just wash that in like that. More on the horizon, put it all over. More sienna in the base here. For the setting sun. Right, okay. And a bit of blue, a bit of grey. Not a lot, just over the top. There we are. Just let that blend. I've got that bit of masking tape there so that when I remove the clips to put my mount around it, it doesn't slip off the board and I don't have to adjust it. It's in the right position, in other words. So that'll do. Right, now I want that to dry, so if you're listening on headphones, take them off now while I just give this a bit of a dry. I'll reclip the paper because it's expanded a bit. Keep it nice and flat. I'm going to use the hake. I'm going to use burnt sienna. Well, I should really put the background in, shouldn't I? I'll put the background in. A bit of Payne's grey, a bit of burnt sienna, a bit of alizarin, a bit of blue. Just mix all the 4 colours up, because this will give us the background colours. all the way down to the horizon. So just some more in here. More red. Get that in. That's better. Alright, back down to the horizon there. Alright, bit of water. Just to bring that down to the horizon there. Very misty. Okay. Nice hill there. And I'll paint into that. Let's get that nice and okay. There will probably be some bits of this. I'll use a card. I seem to have lost my plastic card for this big bit here. So I just put those in. Just to show some smaller trees in the distance with their trunks. That'll do. Right, now we'll start to develop some of these. I'm going to use the dryer again. So the rest of the trees, apart from, I will put in some very faint ones over that, but I'll get these ones drawn in. So these ones here on the more distant slope. So alizarin crimson, Payne's grey, bit of sienna, bit of blue. Just so these ones will come here. Brush nice and get all the hairs together on the brush. I'll use a wriggle on some of this. That's a bit wet there. Never mind. A bit of blue in there, I think. Right, that'll do. It's got a bit murky there. I'll rescue that with the wriggle when I get around to it. Right, go back into the harder colours. It's a bit higher there. Lots of them on here. Have some trees crossing over, or the trunks, should I say, the branches. Bigger one, still slightly harder now. I'm trying to preserve some of the flat colour of these. No detail really, other than the actual shape of the trees themselves, but there's no light and dark sides to them because they're quite way away. I'll do the rest of that with rigour. Still some more in the background behind the main trees, so we'll just put in some of these here. Oops, I'll clean that out. Right, now we've got, I'll put the main ones here, but we've still got some on this, on the behind. Right, okay, so far so good. Now, we've got harder paints now, so same colours but just more, just a thicker version. Oh, we've got these nice big ones in now. Coming up here, right off the top of the paper. I tell myself I'm making a painting, not a photograph or a copy. It's just now the trunks are holding up a lot of weight, so you've got to give them a good base. And we can add to that. Get some bits of white. I might even use bits of white, but or maybe not. Let's just scrape that out a bit. And bigger one here. Slightly warmer, so more sienna, burnt sienna in that one. And the older hake, it covers a lot of ground very quickly. So we'll just get that nice and sienna-y on the edges there. Right, that needs to be a bit darker in there, I think. But warm dark, not cold dark. Not got enough cold with the snow. Bigger ones over there, but I'll put there's one on the edge here, but I'll bring it in a bit to frame that side of the picture. Get it all the way over the top there. Quite straight on that. Well, in the centre trunk. Oops. Do more of that with the rigger. Nice and strong there. Right, back with the lighter colour. Need plenty of rag to wipe your brush onto. Blue, sienna, blue grey. I'll do a lot of work on those branches. That will do. And then a bit fainter. Let's just put these in here. Just putting in the background. Now, before going further, I'm just going to I'm just going to lift out or clean up some of this here. It's a little bit wet. Blotch it. It's there that I want to blot that out. This is the problem when you're working 60-70 degrees. Gravity does take over when you don't really want it to, so I'm just going to take that out. Look, I'm just wetting that and then just blotting it. Just take off that excess colour there. do the same there. Also a good way of moving paint. If you want to drag it, just put a bit of wet under it before the paint's dried, and that will do that. That's not brilliant, is it? Not. Okay, right, let's have a go with some canopies. Well, I'm just going to dry it, so headphones off. Headphones on. Right, so bluey, same colour as the trunks really, bit of grey. Now for the back, the ones that are further back will have more blue, so we'll have this coming all down here. And that's a bit darker there, this one on the side, so good rogue here there. Quite a lot of stuff going on in there. And we've got all this down around the back here. Don't want to drag or lift the paint what's underneath there, but we do have these lovely clumps of darker foliage where some foliage is in front of other foliage. Right, let's just we've got some bits of the ends of the twigs, but not a lot there because that canopy would be much higher than I'm showing it. But we have got some stuff behind there, so take the rake and then we'll rigger. Well, while that's drying, I'll put in some of this here. There's quite a bit of darky sort of stuff coming up here. A great clump of probably old leaves being gathered up, but before the snow. Just do lots of this here. Just rough, ploughed up, sort of muddy. A sort of tractor mark, well not tractor, but might even be bicycle tracks. Quite a bit of alizarin crimson from the photograph, but let's show something coming up there. Will be a shadow cast by these. Just a little bit of grass showing through. If this was in acrylic, I could paint the snow up a little bit. So we've got all this going around here. Shadow in there. Footprints, from birds maybe. Nice and dark in there now. got some sort of reflections of some of these trees here. And then some here. Do it dark and just show it. Something like that. Right, now that's dry, I can do some twig work. But to do this quickly because it could take all day otherwise. Need a lot of water in your brush for this. Just using the 4 colours. And they go everywhere. So I can only put a few in, I can't poke and prod it to death. But we've got to show, see, this is my shorthand for lots of twigs going into the canopy of the thing. That's a bit too hard, isn't it? Lots of that. But you can put as much or as little as you like in all this. Some thinner and some fainter. They're quite hard edged, those ones there. Maybe I could have done more with the hake. But this is just an impression of lots of bare trees. I want this warmer and heavier, so more sienna. Raw sienna, burnt sienna, should I say. So then we've got olive coming over here, going down here. Pushing over there, nice big frondy branches. Get some more in there. Oops. Get that out of the way. I'm just going to try to put in just enough to make a painting of it. I think I'm using the wrong wood here. got a heavier one now, or a newer one. Just knocking up the mix. Ah, terrible. I'll have to do something with that. That was a bit oh well, no I won't. Well, just picked up too much of the edge of the rigger. Some coming down as well. Branches in front of branches. Just a confusion. Okay. In the vigor. Now we'll do a little bit of shadowing. So I'll use one of these rounds. Which I haven't used for a while, so usual colours for that. Alizarin and a bit of blue, oops. But just very faint because it's quite a lot of light in this landscape. These will follow the contour of the ground. Now there's no shadows on here because they're over the brow, but we'll need to put in some of this colour here. Just washing in, showing a bit of shadow in the actual lie of the landscape. I'll leave the background, or maybe just a bit up there. Show some light, shadows in here. Do a darker shadow there, I think. Whoops, not as dark as that. Right, now I'm going to give that a thorough dry, so if you'd like to remove the headphones while I do this. Now, I remember doing demonstrations by an artist called John Burtonshaw, Croydon. He'd do a demonstration, and he's a good demonstrator. Didn't talk a lot, not like me, but what he would do with his lovely landscape watercolours would be to mix up a wash of raw sienna, not too weak, make plenty of it, and I'll use a bit of burnt sienna in there because that's the predominant colour, and you go over the whole lot. Be careful that you don't disturb what's underneath. And this way, it will bring all the bits, well, I'm not saying that he's doing it on this, but it would unify the whole picture. So no more than that, and it gives it an overall mystery. I'll give that a bit of a dry. Earphones off. Now probably my trunks I just have lost a bit of their sparkle, well, what passes for sparkle, so I'll just put some back here and there. Just got lost in the wash. It did remove some of the paint, as you can see, but just going back over that. I'll just give a couple of them a bit of a strength. Alright, that will do. I'll let that go. I'll give it a signature and I'll put it in a mount. And we'll, see what it looks like. Not my best watercolour, is it? But hey ho. That's okay. Well, there you have it. Oh, it doesn't look too bad on the screen. They do tend to look better on the screen than they do in real life. Well, some of them anyway. Let's go in to have a look. So I've put my shadows into the base, and there was just, I don't know what this was, it probably just was a pile of leaves that got snowed on before it got cleared up, don't know. Oops. And I tried to show a bit of wet, or reflection in the wet, but I wasn't good enough. Well, it's Billington Park in the snow anyway. Let's just bring that camera around a bit so we're more onto it, a bit close up. Let's just come out a little bit. There we are, Billington Park in the snow last winter. Bye bye.